Hello, class. My name is Tim Sanguinetti, and today I will be talking about my senior thesis project. When we first started this class, I had a few options that I was thinking about for the topic, and the topic that I did choose um, was decided because it's relevant to every single person in the world. And I also decided the topic for my project because it's an issue that's been growing in the past few years because the world population is continuing to increase, and many people say that within a few years, um, the population will be 8 to 10 billion people. The topic that I chose was the scarcity of water, and especially how many people overuse fresh water that is necessary. Um, and fresh water is like one of the most important resources, and without it, life can't live. And with the growing population again, and then as well as more people understanding climate change, they're understanding that more or less and less clean, accessible water is available to people around the world, and so a need to conserve clean, accessible drinking water is needed. Not only is the scarcity of water a problem that is in the present, um, it's also a problem that we must be concerned for in the future. So it's important that not only do we have people conserving water now, but that we teach those to conserve water for the future. The scarcity of water, as well as trying to get more people to conserve, is a complex problem that needs an interdisciplinary approach because um, not a single discipline has been able to find a solution to this problem. And then, as well as that, there's so many perspectives that are related to the topic of to the problem of the scarcity of water that if a single disciplinary approach was to make a solution for it, it would just cause more and more problems for other perspectives. The first discipline that I chose for the topic of the scarcity of water, as well as trying to get more people to conserve, was organizational leadership, and organizational leadership has a lot of influence within communities around the world. Whether you're a uh, business leader, whether you're a community leader or any type of leader, you're able to have a lot of influence that goes down the line to many other people. And so influence can be used to help get information across to many people. And essentially, in this purpose, it would be in order to tell many people about the importance of conserving water. The problem with trying to solve the problem of this topic with just the discipline of organizational leadership is that you can get the point across to many people around your community and eventually around the world about why conserving water is important and having people understand that fresh water is scarce. But eventually, what's going to happen is there's not a motivating factor, so people will say that someone else will conserve water so they don't have to. But if you have enough people doing this, essentially you don't have anyone conserving, and there's no results. Someone doesn't come out of a short shower instead of a long shower saying that they feel like they saved the world and conserved. But if you have enough people doing it, then you're able to see results. And then also, there's not an incentive whatsoever to conserving water through the discipline of organizational leadership. There's not a reward that keeps people to doing exactly that. The second discipline that I chose for this project was personal finance. And when I was thinking about which discipline to use, I I thought about personal finance, and what came to me about it was that everyone has to deal with their own financial situation. And so, with this thinking, I thought that it could be a huge motivating factor that is not present in the discipline of organizational leadership. People can understand that the more or when you save fresh water, that money is going to be coming in your pocket. And then also, it's an incentive because rewards are determined by the consumer. So someone can think to themselves that if I conserve more water, then I will be able to receive more money. Therefore, I can spend it wherever I would like to. Personal finance wouldn't be able to find a solution to this problem independently because Many reasons. The first one is that getting information across to many people is not a part of the discipline of personal finance. So it would need a different um, perspective in order to integrate and be able to reach many people. Also, personal finance doesn't care essentially about ethics. And so, if it's ethical to pay in order that many people can understand the benefits of and the incentives of conserving more water, it won't see that because there's no financial value to it. And so, it wouldn't make sense to that discipline. With the two disciplines that I chose for this project, organizational leadership and personal finance, they can't find a solution to the problem of trying to get more people to conserve independently um, because of their weaknesses. But where each discipline's weaknesses is the other one's strength. So being able to integrate the disciplines of organizational leadership and personal finance, community leaders can help citizens and businesses learn about the financial benefits of conserving water and motivate citizens to conserve more. Um, Obviously, being able to use the personal finance aspect of motivating with rewards, incentives, and all that type of stuff. And also, not only is it about conserving, but it's also being able to give knowledge to the citizens that funding can be used so that new and better technology can be made so that conserving can work. Um, and this will be able to help without a human's uh, motivation to be able to conserve more water. From the research that I did, there's a lot of information that is needed in order to possibly come up with a solution for the problem of helping having people conserve more water. Um, One of the first pieces of information that I found is that price approaches are more effective than non-price approaches when it comes to water usage. So essentially, this means that if the best way to get people to conserve more is by increasing the price of water. And also, most freshwater usage is used for farming. So if it's possible to be able to pull back the amount of water that farming is used, but keeping um, farming just as effective. Uh, there's also better innovation on water transporting systems, increase the amount of conserving. So anything that has to do with um, piping, canals, anything that deals with water from going from one place to another. If it's new or it's better innovation, it's able to. There's less leaks, there's less evaporation, and all that type of stuff. So more conservation can happen. Also, recycled water can be used for non-consumption needs. So things like anything that has to do with water being used to create power is considered non-consumptive consumption. So um, that can be recycled so that more water can be used elsewhere, can be conserved elsewhere. And then also little things that also help conserve more water, like turning off the tap when you are brushing your teeth, or turning off the tap when you're combing or washing your hands. Um, Also, if you're going to the bathroom, if you go number one, um, you can let it stay there and helps conserve more water. In conclusion, researching information related to the disciplines of organizational leadership and personal finance has helped me develop a more comprehensive understanding of the problem of conserving more water. And the solution that I came with is that leaders, that could be government leaders, that could be town hall leaders, any type of leadership, to put on seminars where they can educate individuals about the importance and financial benefits of conserving water. Um, what could also happen is businesses can have mandatory meetings where they promote um, conservation at the workplace, and these meetings can be all the way from quick tips to turn off the water when you're washing your hands to expressing that funding can be used so that more conservation can happen.